Say what they do. Welcome to Crime Time News, where the difference is in the meds. Call it news with a buzz. The video that you just watched, it is said to be of a man in whom the Popo arrested for some sorts of fire piece in a place called Kellits that is in Clarendon. Now what we notice is that the Popo was walking with this man towards the vehicle, the Popo vehicle, the white vehicle that you saw in the video. And it seems as if them kind of get confused. They were asking themselves, then hold on a minute, we catch this man with a tool. Which spot we are going to put him? We are going to put him in the vehicle, or are we going to put him in the trunk? People, based on the video evidence, it was obvious that they were thinking about it, and then again them think and say, this might not be right in the eyes of the international public, so maybe we might want to rethink and put him in the vehicle. One thing that we realize with the JCF and most entities in Jamaica, they are given basket for carry water. That means them don't have the proper equipment, them don't have the proper vehicle. Because common sense would tell you that the way that these JCF officers have been transporting prisoners in the past or presently, it is not safe. Because if you know anything about United States, first world country like that, whenever they carry any sorts of prisoner, whether it is for a ticket, you are going to be put in the potty pan, you are going to be put in that little cage that is installed in the vehicle. Because I don't know if these JCF people have seen the videos in which people they're in a handcuff behind them, the hands are tied behind them or handcuffed behind them, and then by some means or some sorts of thing, them get the handcuff in at the front. So therefore, that handcuff can be used whenever these officers are transporting prisoner. That prisoner can put the handcuff over the Popo head and pretty much choke him out while he is driving. So therefore, it is not safe. However, in the land of reactive instead of proactive, they are not going to make any sorts of adjustment until an officer loses his life or until an officer is DEAD. Point blank and period. Further on in the news, we see that the JCF has put out a list of its most wanted on Most Wanted Wednesday, which would be today. The featured artists are criminals on this list. Thereon Manafati Reed, he is wanted for pie with intent. The second person on this list, Kenroy Tickawweed Kenny Roach, he is wanted for takeaway. The third person on this list, Sarian Spider Brown, he is wanted for SHOOTING with intent. And the fourth person, Shane O.K. Morgan, he is also wanted for the takeaway of a life. However, the thing that is buzzing on social media, and people, I don't know if this man is on the list, his name is Eric FROSS Campbell. It is said that Eric FROSS Campbell responded to that list, and the caption read something like this: "Uno go and search." Now people, you and I know that this is social media. Believe half of what you see, half of what you hear. My point is this: don't know if some unscrupulous character was trying to set up this man's life. Don't know if it is his opposition, his ex, or the Popo trying to set him up when they made this post, because surely this man could not be that foolish to know that he is wanted and pretty much exposing himself. Like they said, he that exalted himself shall be abased, meaning abased. So the average thinking person might say to themselves, nobody can be this stupid. Why would this man try to be baiting up himself? Does he have some sort of SUICIDAL wish? Or he wants to go back where his boyfriend is in the big yard? Destination, big yard or graveyard? People, remember, this is Jamaica. Common sense is very uncommon, especially when it comes to these common fools, common criminals, point blank and period. Further on in the news, and continuing on the theme of WTF on social media, well people, this is in real life. We know that the JLP government, the JCF, they just implemented the state of emergency in a St. James that was triggered by those two students, 9-year-old, losing their life when some sorts of madman blaze up some can upon them in a taxi vehicle, taking away 3 people. So we saw that your security minister and your prime minister implemented it, signed by the governor general. There's a post on social media, if you look at your screen right now, it says, what a coincidence. And what this means, state of emergency, the same time in which your president of the PNP, Mr. Mark Golden, was planning to do his political tour. Now some people are saying the JLP, specifically Andrew Holness, is trying to gain political points since the loss of life of those 2 9-year-old people in a St. James. However, is this some sort of political strategy to gain more political points again, when he decided, listen, I am going to implement the state of emergency the same time that the opposition is doing some sorts of tour? People, let me know what you think in the comment section, point blank and period. Further on in the news, it is confirmed that hackers stole in excess of $17 million from NCB customers in 8 days. People, that is 2.1 plus million per day. I want you to take a listen, take a look to what one of the most important security personnel at the NCB bank has to say, and then I'll give my piece.
Over the last 8 days, customers have lost in excess of 17 million Jamaican dollars to smishing and vishing attack. A smishing attack is when fraudsters send you an SMS message purporting to be coming from a reputable source, in this instance NCB, asking you to click on the link to take certain actions. 1, either your password is about to expire, there's suspicious transaction on your account or your credit card, or your account is restricted and you need to click on the link to gain access now. There's always a sense of urgency to do something now in these smishing attacks. So once you click on the link and enter your username and your password, fraudsters would have sufficient information now to take over your account. They would have already have access to it. So what they're going to use that username and password to do now is to get information to execute a vishing attack. A vishing attack now is when fraudsters call customers pretending to be an employee of NCB, asking the customers to provide certain sensitive information. We have seen where fraudsters call customers pretending to be Dane Nicholson, asking customers to verify a suspicious transaction, and then for the customers to provide their token code in order to stop the fraud. Remember now guys, NCB have a no-click, no-link policy. Once you receive an SMS message purporting to be coming from NCB and it asks you to click on the link, stop and think it's fraud. Do not click on these links because your account is going to be compromised and your losses will be significant. So please guys, ensure that you remember that NCB has a no-click, no-link policy. Once you receive any SMS or email, which is a phishing attack with a link asking you to click on it, stop and think. It's not coming from NCB. Thank you.
Now people, phishing, suffering saccatash. If I was a criminal in Jamaica, I would have a field day, because it seems as if some of these people, them here's hard. They are vulnerable, they are gullible. I don't know what it takes if these people are living under a rock every day you hear people on social media, I want them, but them do the same thing. But people like me say, sometimes your granny are 80 and 90 and she really don't have all our marbles together. So therefore we can understand. But when people that are younger getting this kind of fraud, it is questionable. What we realize, and the truth and the fact is this, these banking institutions have zero resistance. Well, not much resistance against these fraudsters. These fraudsters seems to be miles ahead, hours or days or years ahead of these security personnel for these companies. So it seems as if it is now like taking candy from a baby. It is not even a fair fight. These people can just do what they want at will and there is nobody to stop them, including the security personnel at the bank. Because whenever there is internal problem, that means the thief work within the institution, it is very hard to stop. So whether it is phishing, vishing, whatever you want to call it, the people have mastered the arts of taking people's money at will. Point blank and period. Further on in the news, it is called the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over and expecting different results. There's a place in Montego Bay, I think it is called Long Hill. They've been in the news for all the wrong reasons. Maybe about a couple of weeks ago, a bus with some school children fly over a precipice 100 meter equivalent 300 feet down. The driver lost his life, the kids get injured. And then a next bus, a trailer and a car in a ACCIDENT less than a week ago. People, I am going to show you a video and this is at the same place, a different time. Take a listen, take a look.
Look at you. How long it? I know me can't go me yard.
And the man, look at him. The man, you know the man do? The man on no break. And the man don't go over this up. Sir, man, where the man go?
Well, better if you're going to start over for another chaos.
What?
From the line of traffic, people, you know, sir. And I run from this in the night and look here. Long Hill, me I tell you the great Long Hill.
Where is it?
Like every day something happen on Long Hill. Every night, every evening one accident happen on Long Hill. Serious me I tell you. Okay. And excuse me, excuse me. It's just miserable passengers, miserable persons who want to get home. But it's serious.
Now people, all I have to say, welcome to the land of reactive instead of proactive. We've heard the relevant authority, NEA, National Works Agency, say that they are going to put up barriers. They are going to widen the corridor. People, when do you think that this is going to happen? The next, never. So therefore, it seems as if this man that was driving some sorts of vehicle, him know say him brakes no good. When he was coming down or going up the hill, him decide say, listen, me now go over that precipice there. I see a couple of videos on social media from some sorts of blogger. So therefore, to break myself or cushion my fall, I am going to run in this next vehicle. So therefore, at least me can pay back for it or insurance will pay back for it. But at least me no DEAD. People, me no know where I go on to Jamaica if these people don't learn from the mistakes of others. Them keep making the same mistake over and over. And people like me say, that is the definition of insanity. Point blank and period. So anyways people, thanks once again for checking out my video. If you appreciate videos like this, please show your appreciation by liking, commenting, sharing and subscribing to my channel. That is how YouTube promotes videos like these to like-minded, sensible persons like yourself. Bless up.